Oh, hello. How's it going? Here we are. I think I put the wrong session number on here, did I? Session number. Oh no, 297, that's correct. I thought it was 296, but it turns out I did 296 already, huh? Yeah, I'm still processing like my YouTube videos, the Soundcloud. I just processed some more of the two sessions. I did session 29 something and 290 and 291. I put that, just processed the highlights, at least, put them on my YouTube or whatever, or you know what I mean. It's a whole process. Uh, let's see, do this. Yeah, and here I am, just gonna play more guitar. So my goal, this guitar is E standard. Um, I was thinking, I don't know if I have to change the strings. It's a Charvel DK22, Dinky. I think that's just the style of the guitar. It's like it's a thin whatever guitar. And you got the tremolo. And the funny story about this guitar, the first time I ever played it was actually on my album, that three-dimensional album, my second album. There's three songs on this guitar that I recorded with that album. There's the first song is called Axe Murderer. It's the second song in the album. And the next song is called Orwell. It's the fourth song in the album. And the other song is called A Bug Wrote This Album. I think it's like track 13 or somewhere up there. And yeah, um, I got this guitar around Black Friday of October 2022. And no, sorry, October 2021, because I recorded the album uh, like January, February 2022. And yeah, that was my first time playing with it, was on the album. I recorded the song Axe Murderer. I actually recorded it in a clean-ish tone, but I played the whammy bar so much, and I noticed since it's a hot rodded pickup, the hot rod it means like you got the single coil, and the humbucker. And I think that's why it's called hot rodded. I'm not too familiar with Strats or three bridges. I'm not a fan of Strats. I don't get the appeal of Strats. I never played one. Well, like I tried it for 5 minutes, but I just don't get the appeal of Strats. And tremolo bridges seem more trouble than they're worth to me. I get that they could hit notes that you can't do without a tremolo. Like, sure, you could do a bend, but like when you do tremolo, it's a little different, I guess. I mean, I kind of get that, but at the same time, I kind of see the tremolo more like a distraction. And you could only hit it when there's enough time, right? You can't always hit the tremolo. And for the most part, if you don't want to use the tremolo, it becomes more of a frustration because the floating point bridge is always fluctuating. When you're moving the guitar, the bridge is moving, and that moves the tone of your guitar, right? I mean, this guitar doesn't lose tone. It's not a sorry, it doesn't lose tuning. It's not a what you would call it, Floyd. It's not a Floyd Rose. Floyd Rose, you could do a dive bomb right all the way. And I don't like Floyd Rose because the Floyd Rose requires the locking tuners or the what's it called, locking nut or something like that. And I don't like having another hex key to lock right here. Yeah, sure, I could do a hex key over here for the Evertune, but for a tremolo and a hex key, that's a bit much to me. And then this also has locking tuners, which I think are essential because they help hold the tune. And yeah, it's pretty good. Nice guitar. Yeah, right off the bat, when taking this guitar out of the case, it's I could smell the the fretboard. It's a what do they call it again? They put it in the oven, right? And they bake it. Maple. I forget the exact terminology, but it's like it has a really nice, cozy oven smell to it. Like, putting a pie in the oven and you get that smell. Kind of has that same aura to it. And then you got to bring up the color. This is called Pharaoh's gold. Uh, I like that, concept, throwing a little Egypt in there. It's funny, I didn't record the Egypt song. The Egypt song was actually on my first album that I did with the Fender Telecaster. But yeah, so this guitar, I don't really want to retune to E flat. If you're not familiar, E flat is the Thin Lizzy tuning, and Thin Lizzy, well, E flat. Yeah, so okay, if you're not aware, guitar, like, I have different tunings, E standard, E flat, and just more than that, but for Thin Lizzy is E flat, for Allman Brothers Band it's E standard, and it's just a half step difference. Each each string you tune down a half a step, and if you're not familiar with that, there's half steps and whole steps. Half step from E standard to E flat, that's a half a step. And yeah, I'll just keep it that simple. So what that means is notes go down a fret. So what is ordinarily on one fret will be moved down a fret from standard to flat. Um, and what that does, it just you play the same notes. Like you could play the same song between E standard and E flat. Usually, you can get away with it for the most part. Like some songs, sure, you could tell a difference if you're really listening. But like sometimes if you don't feel like retuning, you can get away with playing a E standard song in E flat and an E flat song in E standard. But in this case, with the Charvel, why I don't like tuning the Charvel, this guitar, the floating point bridge, is because when it comes to floating point bridge, there's I'm not going to bother getting the camera close up, but the bridge you have to float. It's a floating point bridge, right? So like depending on the tension, it'll sway one way or sway the other way. And the point of a floating point bridge is to get it evenly. And why I don't want to retune it is because if I want to tune from standard E flat, I would be required to unscrew these 6 screws on the back, open it up, and then I would be required to adjust the tension on the bridge, either tighten or loosen it, because if I go from E standard to E flat, that's going to remove some tension on the guitar. So therefore, the guitar would, what is it? I can't math right now, but it'll either like go up or down, and then I'll have to adjust it. So for that reason, I keep this guitar in E standard. Um, so with that said, I was thinking of changing the strings, but we'll see if I follow through with that. I say that because I don't remember the last time you changed the strings. But with all that said, as usual, I have my PyGuitarPro Python Pygame private programming project open. It's my alternative to Rocksmith. And if you're not familiar with Rocksmith, Rocksmith is a video game for real guitars. And if you're not familiar with that, you're familiar with Guitar Hero. Guitar Hero is simplified version with a plastic fake controller with only 4 notes. This is the real deal here. This program opens guitar profiles, it generates guitar profiles, it visualizes guitar profiles. You could read it vertically rather than horizontally. And not just that, it's like Rocksmith where the high E string is purple, the B string is green, the G string is orange, the D string is blue, the A string is yellow, the E string is red. And of course, this is the standard tuning I'm talking about. You could say first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth string. But, it's color coded. So, you got all the frets. The camera on this Pi game, it's static. Rocksmith moves all over the place, and you're getting nausea and car sickness and motion sickness from the frets movements and zooming in and zooming out and zooming in and zooming. Like, get it real, Rocksmith. And my zero notes is, instead of Rocksmith how it does it on your current where you're focusing, it does it on the left side. So on the very left here is the zero string, which kind of get confusing. But the way I wrote this Pi game, you'll see there's fret lines, right? And there's the lines, and there's concepts of the GUI, updating the screen, and the fret lines. Well, I don't want to get into technical stuff. I keep saying the source code I have not shared publicly. The source code for this project is private. Um, there's some flaws with this, like my computer says it runs 144 FPS, but when I'm streaming, I notice when it goes to 60 FPS, I see jittery movement from the delta time, FPS velocity, frame velocity, whatchamacallits. And I think it's because this is going based on the CPU and not the graphics card. Like if I did DirectX 3D or whatever, like in C++ or PyGlit, or even an extension of Pygame where you could do graphics card rendering. I have not reached that point due to complexity. Um, and to be honest, I'm happy with this current version. It's I've multi-tracked some demos already, and the key thing is, you have the song written in Guitar Pro, and or I have the song, and this program has to go through every single note of that Guitar Pro file, and there's a lot of logic that goes through the notes to determine when each note should be played, and this program has to go through the whole every single note and determine everything. So if you're not aware, the bottom of this is 2 seconds away. This is called the finish line. The top of it is called the start position, whatever, and that's 2 sec. Or sorry, let me start again. The top is 2 seconds away. The bottom is now. So like the middle is 1 second. So 2 seconds away, the notes come down up until now, and then you got the timer running. Each fret has its own X position. You got vectors X and Y. This is 2 dimension, right? It's just see that's where the graphics rendering comes in. You could have 3 dimension X, Y, Z, and hey, this program, you got to give me some credit here. This program came from, like, I wonder if it's possible to write a program that doesn't require me to use Rocksmith, because I'm tired of Ubisoft. Ubisoft's a horrible company. Microtransactions everywhere. It's stupid. You can't even write your own stuff on Ubisoft. Rocksmith, what do you call it? Rocksmith Plus? Anything with a plus in it, is bad. Like, is it just me? But you can't write your own songs on the Rocksmith Plus. Don't get me started on that topic. I hate mediocrity. With this program, PyGuitarPro, you could write your own things. You're not limited. You're only limited because you may not be a programmer, but that depends how much you want it. If you don't want to program, that's your problem. If you want to play Rocksmith, whatever, dude. I don't care. I want to play my own PyGuitarPro game. And the way I wrote this song creator right here, so it generates Guitar Pro files, and the way I kind of wrote this program based on is due to Guitar Hero and Rocksmith. They have this philosophy of emphasizing the 4-finger fret radius, right? That's like something that is emphasized heavily. One finger for each fret. And of course, you could do a chord that shares like two fingers or whatever on the same fret. But for the most part, Rocksmith teaches you, and Guitar Hero teaches you, focusing on four finger fret distance. So this program that I wrote, Song Creator, it it relies on that, focusing on four distance of the fretboard when it tells. There's a whole list of there's a whole uh, oh gosh, how do you say, steps or orders to the steps, whatever, that this goes through when creating notes. It says um, the currently focused area, the previous note compared to a list of eligible notes, based on like the string distance, the fret distance, starting to implement interval filtering requiring or certain intervals, which I've noticed a difference, and I'm getting used to the priorities. Priorities when to choosing what note, quarter note, eighth note, whole note, half note, all those different lengths, dotted note or not, or hammer on, pull off, or ghost or not, how the different note effects, the time signatures to choose from, the tempo, all sorts of things going on when writing this, that I decided it's better for me to write an algorithm that generates the songs rather than writing a song. Because if you go and write, I spent 6 years transcribing songs. You know, you play a song and open Guitar Pro and write what you transcribe. I'm done with that. Now I'm writing a program that writes algorithms, and I just hit a button right here. I just hit, let's see Mixolydian. I hit generate. We'll see if it gives an error. Probably did. Let's see. Oh no, hold on. Let's see. Preventing. Usually if it takes this long, let's just redo it to be safe. No choices. Oh no, you can see my error. It's okay. That's why I named these versions. This is version 0.4Q. When I deem a version good enough to bump an upgrade, I bumped a letter, then I bumped a number. So I went through the alphabet about 20 or 4 times. So 26 times 4, almost a fifth time now. There we go. This one's better. And this one is C diminished half, E diminished half. And then you could just like start it right here. See, I'm still getting the repeating bar measure figured out. Um, see, my FPS is 140. Yeah, so I'm still figuring out some of the details, but hey, can't uh can't say this is too bad. I mean, right? I'm not like some company that's got a bunch of resources. I'm just one dude who wants to play guitar. Built this program. It doesn't take that much, dude. Like, why do you want to make this program Rocksmith Toolkit that puts songs into Rocksmith? Why would you want to keep using Rocksmith, guys? Why would you want to keep paying Ubisoft? Ubisoft, you're not helping the situation. You're milking the situation. You're asking for money. That's a dumb thing to do. Guys, you don't need to do this. You don't need to battle the license. You should stop playing Rocksmith. It's simple. Just stop giving Ubisoft your attention. Stop participating with the license requirements. Stop. Just, why are you contributing? It's mediocrity, guys. This Custom Forge, this Toy Machine, they just want their community. They just want to be moderators. They just want to hold their power in the community. Toy Machine, look at me. I'm making YouTube videos of just crappy guitar songs on Rocksmith. Sorry. Toy Machine and whoever Custom Forge. If you're not familiar, I like wrestling, okay? And wrestlers play personas, okay? So what I'm doing, I'm playing a character. I'm doing a promo against Rocksmith and Custom Forge. And I think I deserve the title when it comes to guitar software over Rocksmith. I think this PyGuitarPro implementation is far better than Rocksmith. You open Guitar Pro, you could just open this Guitar Pro. You could change the tempo, and then you could just take 2 seconds to open those changes in Song Visualizer. Wow, look at me. What are you gonna have to do with Rocksmith? Oh, hold on. I got export to MP3. I got to import to editor and Fire. I got to synchronize the audio with the video. I got to import to Rocksmith Toolkit. I got to convert the audio with WYs. I got to convert the song to a DAT format. I got to open Rocksmith. I got to wait for Rocksmith's loading screen. I got to get past Rocksmith. Sign in online. I got to scroll through the song list in Rocksmith. I got to choose the song in Rocksmith. I got to choose the arrangement in Rocksmith. I got to wait. I got to choose the grab. Forget it, guys. Rocksmith is junk. Move on. Make your own program. Make your own software. Use PyGuitarPro. Use Pygame. Use some other graphics. Use an update. Make your own game. Right? The concept this Pygame uses, there's an update loop. There's a while loop. There's a GUI. There's rendering. There's a screen. There's a template you could follow to make your own version of Rocksmith that you could do whatever you want with. You could put any song you want in. You could put any audio you want in. You don't have to comply with Ubisoft's licensing, but you still comply. Why? Rocksmith is junk. And you're going to be limited as long as you rely on Rocksmith. Don't get me wrong, Rocksmith is a good introduction. Look at me, I could learn power chords. Oh, I know how to do my fingers. It gives you the basics to learn the muscle memory. You need to learn the color coding the strings to the colors, right? You need to learn hand-eye visual coordination, which Rocksmith does, which is good. But the concept of how much do you want to be, well, what I'm saying all depends on what you want to be as a guitar player. If you're okay with just playing cover songs and Rocksmith, then that's okay. I'm talking to the people who want more, who want to do song right and learn and make their own thing. And they're limited by Rocksmith because you can't do that. You're just having to write what they give you. And the whole point is you get the Guitar Pro and you can write anything. You're not limited. Guitar Pro, you could take others and copy paste and write your own and mix it up and anything. So that's my appeal. If you're okay with Rocksmith, then ignore me, okay? My goal is just I don't want to be limited by Rocksmith. I get that it helps you. I get that it does help people. So I'm sorry if I come off the wrong way. I just want to play guitar. So with that said, I think I'll stop talking before I get myself too deep in this hole I dug. It's important to dig myself out before I dig further. With that said, I'm going to play guitar. So I'm going to swap headphones. This is the headphone that has the mic. The other headphone doesn't have mic. So that means I'm not going to talk when I'm playing. This is a live stream. If there's chat, I'm not watching it. This is like a television. You don't talk to your television. You could, sure, sometimes you could vote on American Idol, but I'm not throwing a poll right now. I'm not up against looking at chat someday, but the last I saw, my streams don't get any viewers, and my videos are more for me to learn, just so I can wash myself, because I don't know if you realize, but when I'm playing, I'm like, where are my fingers? Where's the notes? Where is it? And so like sometimes the reason why I make these videos is and the reason why I record, the reason why I've been recording since 2013, 10 years. I made this rule every time I pick up the guitar I must record. And it's because I listen back. I actually listen back to every session I record. That's the rule. You can't do more until you listen to the other one. You can't just keep going and going and going and going. What's the point of doing another one if you haven't processed the previous one? For example, my Soundcloud, I'm on session 285, I think. And my YouTube is 290. And that's because, like, on my Soundcloud, I have to listen before I do the next one. And also, it's rendering time. Yeah, this is a lot of work. I have to render every video. and highlight every song, but it's okay. I get to hear how much I improve. I can compare this playthrough to 10 years ago when I first started. I've been playing Blue Sky for 10 years, Mountain Jam for 10 years, Counting Boy Song for 10 years, all these Thin Lizzy and Allman Brothers band for 10 years. They're the most complex songs. I don't know if you realized how complex, really complex, like insanely complex, Blue Sky, Mountain Jam, Swomey Swan, In Memory of Elizabeth Reed, Jessica, 5 songs that are extremely complex, use the entire fretboard, bends, hammer-ons, fast tempos, leads, every string, everything. And I could do those songs within an hour, all 5 in a row. Sure, I may not hit every note. Sure, I may get tired, of course, because how many notes is that? But the point is, if I do the same thing in 100 sessions, I could definitely hear the improvement. And that's the whole point, right? You'll be kidding yourself if you'll do it all in one day. It's building experience. It's like, oh yeah, I've done it before. No problem. And by the time, like, ah, crap, I missed that note. Well, I'm gonna remember it for next time. Next time comes, dang, I'm gonna do better than last time. Just do it 100 times, right? They call it the 10,000 hour rule. It says I'm at session 297, and who knows, right? And this has all just been building up, and it's nice to get it out. All right, so with that said, this is the Charvel DK22 E standard. I don't know if I'll change string. I'm gonna stick with E standard on this one. I might change the guitar to a E flat, but I'm gonna start playing. So enjoy watching the television. All right, thanks. I'm sorry, guys. There's something I'll have to check on. So I will play this, but there is something I have to do real quick, and I have to AFK. So I'm gonna leave the song playing, but I gotta be right back. All right, so I'll be talking off camera for a couple of minutes, on and off, and then I'll play. I've just got to do some stuff. I don't want to do it on camera, TOS type of things. But with that said, um, when it comes to the Charvel, I'm still learning the guitar. Oh, give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. So yeah, I'll be talking off camera for a couple of minutes here until I pick up the guitar. So the Charvel is something I'm still learning, right? So um, I'm still like the song Jessica, for example. It's supposed to have like a crunch tone, right? It's clean. It's mostly clean, right? But it's not too clean. Like may have some reverb, but I don't really care about reverb at the moment. I'm okay with a little bit dry. But for the tone, okay, this part right here, I really love this part where it goes from chord. What is that? From A to D sus4, I think. So this is A right here, then D sus4, then A, then D sus4, then. And this part is really fun. It's like the iconic part to me. Like here in the song Jessica, primarily lead arrangement song. And by lead, I mean, mostly single notes for the most part doing bends, and you got some two notes, but most part. But yeah, until this rhythm part kicks in, like, whoa, like what's going on? It shouldn't suddenly shifts from lead to this whole rhythm thing, and it's crazy because I think in the song in this part, doesn't the piano kick in or something like that? And you got this whole piano solo going. So then the guitar is no longer the primary driving force of this during, and this rhythm, it's so simple, right? But the pattern changes when you strum right here. At least in the D sus4 part, the pattern changes in your strumming pattern. And this one, four G, three strings the whole time, D, G, B, or a 4-3-2 or 2-3-4, however you want to think of it. And one of them is easy. Oh, here we go, starting the solo. And yeah, of course, if you can't tell, I lowered the tempo. I don't think the song is originally 9 minutes. It's actually like 7, isn't it? But my goal with this is to hit every single note. And that's my extension of this program. I really like that I could change measures tempo individually while for the full song. It allows me to like customize a song to what I know I can play and cannot play. And that's the whole point. And eventually I'll get better. And I'm currently happy with current setting, but over time I'm having to adjust it. It's like, oh man, I can't hit this or I can hit that. And sometimes it does take effort to go into Guitar Pro, but it's only seconds or minutes or it's very quick. So it's not that bad. Yeah, I'm just making sure my green screen stays up this time. Don't want it falling down halfway through the song, kind of ruins the vibe. It takes a lot of work to maintain an environment that you can play. It takes a lot of space, I should say. You don't want to know how many times I dinged the headstock of my guitar. It's like, oh man. But hey, you know what? That's my guitar, and you can tell a story about every ding. Like, how it goes. It's a process, just like anything else. I had a lot of time. I spent like feels like the whole of last year, 2022, working on this project. And it was funny because while streaming, I would notice like, hey, I have to redo a whole portion of it because I did it wrong. And it's not that I did it wrong. It's like that's how programming works. You do one version and then you iterate, or that's how I program anyway. I do like a primitive, barbaric version that gets the functionality, and then you tune and tweak it over time. And that's where here we are with this program. There's so many things that I wrote and then I had to rewrite and then wrote and then rewrite and then, but not all of it. Like this is quite a big project. It's like multiple files talking to each other. Um, two different ports. Song Creator and the Song Visualizer are two different projects, and they both ran in the same project. The Song Creator is a tkinter. Song Visualizer is Pygame, and two GUIs at the same time, same program. That's how it goes. You make progress. Things happen. And this, yeah, see all the notation on this song? So the primary area is what, 9 through 10, then it goes to 10, 9 through 12, and then, I mean, it goes all over the place, but some of the areas, what, 4 through 7 there. Then you got, the whole fretboard is used on this one pretty much. Now, seeing as I do have a 4K monitor, I have the options of changing the dimensions of this program, but the current goal has it allowed for a laptop with proper 1080 by 720 or what? No, the resolution is like 1900 by something. So it's like up there. I mean, you could scale it. You could change the window size, but I haven't really tried that too much. I just leave the default window size. And I'm wondering if the numbers and the resolutions are why I get 60 FPS jittery movement, because perhaps the resolution's not properly aligned. That's my best hope. Because as for the performance, well, let's just say that's why my source code is not public at the moment. Yeah, give me a couple more minutes. I'll play Jessica, probably Blue Sky, Mountain Jam, Whipping Post. We'll see how far I get anyway. All right, good to go. Gonna swap headphones again. Yeah, for some reason, this the middle pickup is throwing me off. I keep hitting uh the pickup with the pick. I guess I'm just not used to something there, and I have this space to work with to not hit anything, and I'm usually, I guess, not thinking too much, and I'm keep hitting. So what I'm trying to say is, as much as I love this Charvel, it's a special case guitar with its own specific requirements. and you can't play anything with it. To whoever prefers tremolos over any other guitar, I commend you. But at the same time, I don't understand you. Why are you restricting yourself? This is a great guitar. Tremolo is a great guitar. You can't play everything. Alright, let me switch guitars. Sorry, I forgot to turn the mic off before I placed it down. Yeah, this guitar smells amazing. This Fender American Vintage 2 1951 Telecaster Butterscotch Blonde. And the one downside about this is the very hot pickups pick up everything. Very noisy. But it's okay. You just gotta make some adjustments. Oh, you know what? I always do this. When I put the Charvel away, I forget to put the tremolo away. Who wants to put their guitar together in pieces? Why can't it just come standard? But that's the whole tremolo system. I mean, hey, Rocksmith. I mean, Evertune does the same thing. So, hex keys. Well, anyways, gonna put the mic down. And yes, this is live stream. I'm not interacting with chat because there's no one there. But if you're there, then just tell me, and eventually I'll talk in one of these streams. We're at 55 minutes and not even one song played. Oh man, look at this stream. Alright, maybe I could start actual song. So yeah, my goal is Thin Lizzy and Allman Brothers bands between E standard and E flat. Well, um, so during that playthrough, it kicked in to me this guitar. I really noticed the benefit of the string distance. What I mean is the distance between the frets, right? Gosh, I hate these reflections, but whatever. I'm not gonna even worry about it. The distance between the frets. Sorry, the distance between the strings. It allows me, yeah, maybe I should get like a non-reflective fret cover. But yeah, when I'm bending, there's so much space. Oh, sorry, yeah. When I'm bending, there's so much space that like I don't hit the string above it. Like I noticed with the other guitars, you could hear when I'm bending, you can hear the string above it. But on this guitar, there's so much space that you don't really have to worry about that. That's I, and and the aspect of the neck feeling of like a bat is true. And there's some upsides to that, in that it feels very durable. You could go batter up. Anyways, there's more coming up. All right, so I did as this session said, Allman Brothers Band and Thin Lizzy. I was thinking of doing the lead for Emerald right there so I can multi-track the lead and the rhythm. However, I think I should take a break. It's here about, let's say, an hour and a half of playing guitar, or an hour playing guitar, because we're at 2.5 hour stream. We're at 2.5 hour live stream, and I didn't start playing till after an hour. Um, so yeah, I could keep going, but I don't want to hurt myself. It could hurt playing too much. Um, I think this was a good session. I made some progress on Jessica and Mountain Jam, Whipping Post. I didn't finish Whipping Post, but I really like this teletester. This baseball set. I can't even speak. This baseball bat sized fret. It's so nice. So roomy. Could do a lot, and the tone sounds good, and I'm really getting to like this guitar. It's cool. The thing is, though, I have to keep it in the um neck pickup because that one has a bit more uh, crunch or distortion. It's more hardwired. It's more hot pickup. So that the neck one, or sorry, the bridge. No, yeah, this is the neck, right? No, this is the bridge. That's the neck pickup. That's the bridge pickup. The one in the back, right here. This pickup. This pickup is nice. That's what I usually. That pickup is not as good. It's like that's usually the rhythm pickup, but I'm playing the lead in the rhythm pickup. But yeah, really though, I could keep going. This guitar is so fun. But I'm gonna come back pretty soon, probably today, tomorrow, who knows. But I'm play again. See you in the next session.